But you know what strikes me, and this is really, it's common, you can hear it throughout all of his jokes, is even though he makes fun of you in a very crude way, he doesn't come across as hating you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. According
So-
to him, if you mean, or if you make a joke, he makes a joke and he means it, it's no longer funny.
Welcome and good day. Welcome to season 3 of our Tip Talks. Oh, season 2. Wait a moment. That's all right. That's all right.
That's all right.
At my age, I get only senior moments. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Season 2, episode 3. And talking about humor, John Maxwell, in his wonderful book, I forgot what it was, but it was about presentations. He said in presentations, you want to aim for 4 things: heart, hope, help, and humor. And humor is one of the more challenging things, I think, for all of us. So today, we're bringing to you humor. And we'll be looking at a comedian who, if you look at the profile of, of our group here, Don Rickles. He started in the 60s. He passed away sometime in the mid-90s. But in short, he's a comedian of our generation, if you want to say. But he is still very, very funny. And, the best way to introduce him is to explain his humor. And the video that we have actually has a start that explains what kind of humor he brings. So I'll turn it over to Dino to see if we can get the video clip started. As usual, we'll stop every now and then and we'll discuss what happened in his humor, the humor that's involved. Okay, it's about Don Rickles performing live, and it simply says, Don's style of humor seeks to highlight our frailties, prejudices, and concerns, all from a place of warmth. By making fun of them, Don hoped to show, in a mature manner, just how absurd they are. So his humor involves a lot of prejudices and
I love it.
How would you say, stereotyping of races, if you want to say. Okay, go ahead, Dino.
I dream of the day when the bigot will disappear. L'chaim azalud.
And now, here he is, Mr. Warmth himself, Don Rickles.
Stop the goddamn band. When you come in for the food? The hell's the matter with you, goddamn it? It's important. I said stop the band. They don't give a crap. They don't get a chance to play. What they do, work a festival in Flint? Look at them all wheezing and spitting up all over themselves, for Christ's sake. Jesus, this is an important job. But you understand it? You do good here in Detroit, you get to play basketball, for Christ's sake. You ruin the whole goddamn show. It's the whole damn thing. You're an Italian guy, right? You Jew? Let me see your papers. What the hell are you? Take your time, I'll stall. What is your heritage? Scottish, you cheap son of a bitch, Jesus. Put a cheap Scotch guy right in the front while the Jews are having a cookout over here, for Christ's sake. Ruin the whole goddamn show. I wanted to do a good job, and now you ruin the goddamn show for no reason, I swear to God. No, the show is ruined. I wanted to do good, but you ruined the goddamn thing. I'm telling you that right now. I swear to God, I wanted to do a good show. Gee, fix your dress. You're over 40, for Christ's sake. Get up, Pop. Get up. Now stay the hell out of here. I don't want you in here. Don't just do a thing. Just get out of here. Just get the hell out of here. And buy yourself a shirt. Oh, God. I said get the hell out of here. Want to do a show, for Christ's sake, and that's the whole... Watch your hand, lady. Watch your hand. The old broad touched me. Forget about it. There's a definite odor in this area. I don't know who the hell it is. I told you to stay the hell out. Oh, that's another. Look at that. A pirate. Christ's sake, you gotta do a goddamn job. 40 million jobs. I gotta wind up in a town that don't make it. Christ, look at this, a 30-minute hot. I think I'm in the Olympics. Give me the goddamn mic. 40 million, sit down. 40 million conductors, I gotta get a mute. That's why you walk like that. You use the powder, and then the underwear locks in the crowd, and then the whole damn thing is like a canal blocked off. You understand? It's the whole damn thing. Sit up, Ma, sit up, sit up. It's the whole... The old lady's like this. Where are we? Look at this, I'm giving myself an enema here, for Christ's sake. Remember that when you're a kid? No more soap! You're Italian, right, you son of a bitch? Iranian, look at him, he's got a black mustache and a grenade in his hand, for Christ's sake. What are you, what are you? Armenian, what, that's better? Anyway, look at this, a queer trying to find a seat. Anyone want a Pepsi? Jesus Christ. That's beautiful. God bless you, Dad. How many years you married to this woman? Yes. 56 years. Put her in a home. God bless you. That's terrific. What's your last name? Mr. Blauer. And how much do you give? Anyway, you're Jews, right? With that nose, if you're not Mr. Blauer, you're an eagle. I'll tell you that right now. Look at the nose of Mr. Blauer. You put a horn on his ass, you got a car. Hey, this is what you're going to hear, lady. If you're waiting for Billy Graham to come in and make your kid walk again, forget about it. This is it. You remember Billy Graham? You can walk, Stephen. And the other guy in the end, walk on, with hope in your heart. That's the whole damn thing. Laugh about. You're an Irishman, right? Italian? French? You're just deaf. Kiss my Johnny Belinda. Now, what is your heritage, my friend? Your heritage. Jewish? And that's the wife? Also Jewish? Oh, move up one. I'll tell you this then. Look at this kid, Jesus Christ. You must have come out of your mother on an angle, for Christ's sake. Is that the girlfriend? The wife, huh? Bet when she makes love, you just lay in the bed and go, no! Gotta make love like the black people do. I'm gonna whip your ass! And the Jews go, you start, Shirley, I'm gonna get a paper.
As you can see, he really is making fun of life. But just to add some maybe trivia, in the Jewish religion or belief, you can get a divorce.
Oh.
And it's literally called get. So he says, get a paper. He said, get a divorce.
Oh.
Okay, that's what he's saying.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so, I mean, that's how it adds up, okay?
One thing I got about that particular scene about the Scottish people, it was Jet that told me about it. He was talking about you cheap Scottish people or something. It's because the Scottish are frugal.
Mm.
So he was making a joke out of them being cheap and all. Cheap Scottish whiskey, cheap something, because they're very frugal. I was telling Jet, oh, that means Sean Connery was cheap.
Oh, Mr. Bond.
The way you make jokes about Ilocanos locally.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You're not Ilocano, Paul, are you?
I'm sorry?
You're not Ilocano, are you?
Ha! Well, they say that all the Lazos are from Ilocos Norte.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
But my grandfather, who doesn't want to say what happened before him, he said, my ancestry starts with me, and he started in San Jose Antique. But he went there. He wasn't from there. Okay, so where he was from exactly, I don't know. But actually I went to vegan once, and I was doing a course of some kind, and one of the participants was a Lazo.
Mm.
And she says, no, you're all from Ilocos Norte. Lahat kayo, kung hindi politiko, abogado. Okay.
Hmm. So, it's hard to figure out where to start with Don Rickles because
What I did not see coming was that he would hit that gaze. Pag queer. I did
yeah.
not see that coming. Usually it's racist and a little bit of the looks, but that I didn't see coming, which is fine, of course. That's where we appreciate him. He hits it to everybody.
Hmm.
And especially
How
like
about you? Good.
how he hits the Jews. He himself being a Jew.
Oh.
Pokes fun
Yes.
at them.
Hmm.
He is a Jew.
Yes, he is a Jew.
Oh.
Good.
Okay.
I forgot to put that in the intro. But you know what strikes me, and this is really, it's common. You can hear it throughout all of his jokes. Is even though he makes fun of you in a very crude way,
Mm-mm.
he doesn't come across as hating you.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
According to him, if you mean or if you make a joke, he makes a joke and he means it, it's no longer funny.
Yeah.
That's why
that makes sense.
it's just fun for him. And you can see how he jumps from one specific topic, from racism to looks to how you dress up, how you behave. And it's as if he's so handsome, he's so tall, he's so fair. He in effect he pokes fun at himself.
Hmm.
Interesting.
One person who is like him and got really, really popular because one time he even made a guest to his show step out of the studio all the way out into the cold and locked him out. Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear,
Oh,
who
yeah.
is also incredibly funny because he's so irreverent. I love these times in Hollywood, in entertainment, when they could say pretty much anything they wanted and didn't have to worry about, is this going to be politically correct? Are they
Exactly.
going to think it's racist? Are they going to sue me? Like, you could just pretty much say anything you wanted. Uh, isn't it amazing how he started by singing or lip syncing? I didn't think that was that him singing? I'm not
Yeah.
sure it was him.
I thought it was him singing.
Yeah.
That was.
And it was a Jewish song, presumably.
Yes.
Yeah, sounded like Haba Nagila Haba.
And
That's the only Jewish song that's the only Jewish song I know. I don't know, but it wasn't that one. Wasn't too sure.
and that's a song that's so funny in itself because it's so easy to have people mishear the lyrics. So like, it could sound like haba ng dila, haba ng
Yes.
dila. Di ba? I mean,
Really?
you could easily mishear. Yeah. So people paid to be heckled and insulted and laugh anyway. I mean, that's what blows me away with this. Like today's humor, uh, everyone is so careful. Everyone tries not to offend anyone else.
It's difficult to be funny nowadays.
Mm.
Yeah. Good way of
So,
putting
in some ways, napakaswerte ni Don Rickles to be born during that time era, no?
before the woke period.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah,
Mm.
that's right.
I got an uncle in Miami Beach. He walks like this. Wow, wow, wow. And my aunt thinks the noise is coming from the sandals. Wow, wow, wow. You ever watch those old Jews in Florida in a health club? Can I get a rub, Herbie? And you get the other type. Hold the elevator doors. You like that, eh, you Nazi bastard? I saw you live, you German son of a bitch. Hope you jump on your bike and there's no seat. The black guy went, that could hurt him, mother. And the block went, he's gonna hurt his mother? And the Italians, here's your mother. Mother this. I'm a nice guy. despite of what you heard. I'm a nice guy, you can bet your little bird. Whenever you see me, just don't stop to chat. I'm sorry, lady, I can't help it if you're fat. I'm a nice guy. People all adore me. I'm a nice guy. Psychiatrists explore me. I lie on their couch and they try not to bore me. A nice guy, that's me. I'm a nice guy, so put your mind at ease. A polite guy, lady, how about your knees? Love little kids and a stray cat and dog. What you have for dinner, fish? I'm a swell guy. The band thinks I'm groovy, but they're all high. They think they're at a movie. They always stay away till you people approve me. A nice guy, that's me. Watch this, my black brother, watch this. You see that? Your mother was born with it. I gotta be sure the Arabs don't put any mines in the area. Yes, my friends, the desert. The desert. Yes, my friends, the desert. Remember the words of Peter O'Toole and Lawrence of Arabia. Those are my camels. And the camel, holy crap, here he comes again. And the black guy, get off the hump, you mother. Get off the hump. I wish I were a rich man. Yum bum, hidey didey 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 dum. I'm sorry, lady, getting on you? I'm sorry. Forgive me, sir. Pretend it's camel juice. I'm sorry. Yes, my friends, the desert. Look at this guy's room. It's not an airport. It's a show, for Christ's sake. Remember? Yes, my friends. Remember the words of Abraham, my leader, who took the ram's horn. And the Polacks went, lunch! You see, lady, all the Polacks, they walk like that. They got a wrench in the underwear. Jews walk the same way. We got a wallet in there. And the color guy got a ham hock. Color guy going, lion, so much got a little watermelon pit. Remember the words of the great Arab leader, the Caliph Mufti. The chap went, is he here? If you're not a jab, you little bastard, your dentist is screwing you out of a lot of money, I'll tell you that right now. The Caliph Mufti said when he crossed the Sinai Desert, son of a bitch, it's hot. And the black guy went, that son of a bitch ain't lying. And the Jew went, here's 300, cool it off. And the Polak went, why? I'm a bright guy. Mama's a boy, a very right guy. This room is just a toy. Nobody loves you when you scream and holler. More than I sang a song that you couldn't make $1. How? I'm a great guy. And don't you forget it, be straight guy. Get up at that set. Drop up and see me and I'll show you where it's at. Make sure it's not midnight when I turn it to a bat. When I'm like smiling like a cat, I'm a nice guy. I'm a great guy. I'm a polite guy. That's me. Give me a break.
Very entertaining.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you watched it. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not something you said, I'll just get bored. You watched it.
Mm.
And there are a lot of references actually a lot of references going on there. Okay, of course there's the one to Lawrence of Arabia. Have you all watched Lawrence of Arabia?
Yeah.
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 Yes, so we can appreciate it. Okay.
Peter O'Toole. Yeah.
Some of the funny parts, yeah. Uh, but it's again, it's very racist. Some of the stuff he's saying,
Oh yeah.
it would be
Oh yes.
definitely considered racist today.
Mm.
And
Very offensive
Some
today.
most.
yes, Eileen, what is it?
Very offensive today. Now, one thing I noticed is that probably his musicality is something that he got out of being,
A Jew.
being after being a Jew or besides being a Jew. He hangs out with Frank Sinatra very
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
Diba?
He did, yeah.
And you
Those
can
guys.
hear him. He can hold his own tune. He can
Mhm.
he can really sing.
Not a bad singer.
He was a bad singer. He's unlike other um uh comedians who do slapstick.
Mm.
His style is more of the intellectual, and he is able to move and go fast, be musical, be offensive. He loves being offensive, and the people who watch him do not care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Mm.
They love
I
him.
like I like the reference to Fiddler on the Roof for a while. If I were a rich man, which of course is a movie about Jews.
Stand the
This one,
Polak thing.
this one is new to me. Polish people
Yeah.
Mm.
are factory workers. Is that what he's trying to say? That's the stereotype. I think it's a wrench in the overall, so something like that. So that's new to me. So one learns something new every day. And he mentioned what? Yeah, Jews and the black guys where they move.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know if Polak is offensive today.
Mm.
It is, I think.
I
I
think
think,
so because I don't
yes.
know that Filipinos, well, Hispanics, mind being called spics, but I don't know Filipinos mind being called flips over there. I don't know. That's what they call us.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Mm.
But this guy could insult your wife, and your wife would be laughing harder than you are, unless your wife is Jada Smith.
Oh yes. Yeah. And then you'd get smacked by Will Smith.
Exactly.
The way I saw it, um, I cannot believe the energy level of this comedian.
That's
He,
true.
he must be at that time what
80s,
John's.
maybe. Yeah.
70s.
Oh, okay. Somebody's. Oh, okay. Hold on. Then, my phone rang. Anyway, um, imagine he was running around. He was jumping up and down, cracking jokes. That takes energy. But
Sure.
I know that because when I was active in my church choir, we had what we called your Easter and Christmas cantata. So we had to memorize the songs, and then we had to memorize the choreography. And then when you put it all together, it's an extremely exhausting thing to do. To be running around and then singing and not pant because nobody would understand what you're trying to sing if you
Right.
pant. Um, and then I thought to myself, oh, how does he get away with that kind of humor? People actually paid to hear him crack jokes like that. Um, and I would think that because of his audience, those were the same kind of people who may have served during the Second World War. And,
He certainly did. He
yeah,
did.
he certainly did, right?
Yeah.
And we know that drill sergeants or soldiers in combat would often poke fun at each other and insult one another, and nobody threw them a grenade just because they insulted the other fellow. They learned how to be tolerant, something that we've lost over the decades. We've become too sensitive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's true. I
Well, again, this is to echo what I said earlier. Yes, he makes fun, but it's not condescending.
no, it's not.
Okay, so that's why for me he can get away with it. Okay, there's no air of superiority. That admittedly, somebody like Jeremy Clarkson, sometimes he can come
Oh
across
yeah.
as, I'm looking
Yeah.
down at you. You know what I mean? And that's why maybe people don't like him.
Mm.
But this doesn't happen with this guy.
Mm.
That's
Okay,
right.
like he's just calling a spade, and that's it. Okay, so
That's right. And even if other people or other comedians would roast him or throw jabs at him, he really hilariously laughs at the jokes of other people regarding himself, especially about his Jewish religion. He is able to understand, absorb, and appreciate the intellect that the other comedian friends throw at him. He's no prude, he's no sensitive guy because he himself can make fun of himself. That's why
Mm.
he's funny.
You
Yeah.
can dish it out. You can take it too. Oh,
That's
by the
right.
way, two segments ago, I like the way he sent this guy out to go buy a shirt. That would not have occurred.
Oo nga naman. Nakasando.
And
Oh,
you mentioned about rehearsing for singing and all that. And well, Eileen and I were watching this video earlier. There's no teleprompter, right?
oo nga.
She has well memorized.
Mm.
Um, and it's just admirable. You asked his age. You mentioned his age. If he died in 2017, I believe, and this is a 2010.
91.
Yeah, this is a 2010 video, so he must have been 83 or so.
Mm.
And all that energy.
Yeah.
Remember, we even had to rewind
yeah.
and find out talagang, is he looking at the prompter or
Yes,
not?
yes,
You have
yeah.
to,
Yes.
come to think of it, is he making or writing his own
Material.
pieces,
Oh, yeah.
Probably,
material?
probably, and you see how he reacts. He reacts, no,
Yeah.
he
On
the
the
way he
spot eh.
on the spot. So the wit is there. Maybe he has writers to help him out, but I think that's most. The
Mm.
music, of course, he would have had some help, and that's a full orchestra, fantastic.
Yeah.
And which means that the show isn't cheap. That's for sure.
But you know what that implies? It also meant that he drove the orchestra crazy because they
Yeah,
don't know when he might spontaneously crack something.
exactly,
And so
exactly.
they have to really be on their
Yeah.
toes
Yeah.
to know just when to stop playing music or when
Actually, right now I'm trying to flip through my, how would you say, my book of knowledge, and trying to find a comedian who's got a similar, how do you call, similar demeanor, if you want to say,
Mm.
who can also sing, and I can't think of one.
Bob Hope.
Okay,
Robin Williams.
sorry.
Bob Hope.
Well,
No, but he's in the same era. I'm talking about today.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
Mm,
Robin Williams.
yeah, I've heard the term insult
Bill
comic.
Crystal.
There isn't one.
Oh, Billy
Bill
Crystal.
Crystal can sing.
Yeah. Yeah. From
You can also sing, yeah.
Snickers.
No,
Yeah.
but not entire races. Or
That's also the Jewish thing. The
Billy
He's
Crystal
also
was
Jew, yeah.
Jew. Yes, that's true.
loves that. I remember
Howard
he
Cosell.
had a video. He was in Russia. Do you
Right.
remember
Yeah.
that video? And he was doing something in Russia, and he was even saying his jokes in Russian.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's difficult, especially if the joke is very Russian, if you want to say, or is very cultural, and most jokes are.
Mm.
That you can actually pull it off. That you can actually say the joke in a different language and it comes across the same way. That's interesting.
Yeah. Let me qualify that. He wasn't in Russia. He was in the Soviet Union at the time,
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
yes. Right.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
and he obviously got away with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean like
It's funny now that you
Russia.
mentioned the Soviet Union, and this is just a little off topic. Come on, in the 70s, would we have ever thought that the Soviet Union would fall apart?
Yeah.
No,
Was it a possibility? No. Okay, we had
That's right.
no idea. Right?
that's right.
Mm.
And yet it did. Okay, so anyway, that's just a little to the side. But continuing with his humor, and as Dino pointed out, you know, it is sad that maybe you can't be that, how do you say, racist, if you want to say, or that politically incorrect today,
Mm.
and have fun with it.
Mhm.
Okay, it just doesn't add up today. Today's humor, I find it funny, but it doesn't seem to have that. There's some which are funny, but they don't seem to have that. How do you call that reality to it?
Mhm.
That this is the way it is. Okay, so
Yeah.
Yep,
Even Jokoy, when he does his
ayan,
joke,
joke ko, yeah.
it has become very sexist already. He shies away from racism except to point out,
Filipino.
especially his Filipino roots. His
Mm.
nurse mom.
Joseph. Joseph.
Vicks.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Christ like this.
Not like this.
I like this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Paul, one place where you can still kind of find that biting sort of humor where people poke fun at the audience and still manage to
Oh
get
yeah.
away with it. Malate. You
Yeah.
go to
I
any
miss
of those comedy bars where
I
you
miss
Even
get to sing
today.
along. Yeah, even
Even today.
today. Um, they will make fun of you before they let you sing. And
I almost
unless,
cried.
yeah, oh,
Yeah, that time was I think that wasn't in Malate, it was in Zirco.
Zirko, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, then somebody pulled me to sing.
Uh-oh.
I almost cried in on stage. Grabe
Because, I, oh,
sila. They put fun at me kasi I think I sang James Ingram.
oh.
Tapos they made fun of me. Talaga parang sila.
Oh, yeah, and then they'll say, wag kayong magalit, wag kayong pikon.
Bawal,
Bakla,
bawal.
bakla ang kinakalaban nyo.
Yeah.
uh,
They poke fun at your looks, at your size,
mm,
at the way you sing, especially at the way you sing.
mm.
Grabe, they're merciless.
Here's my personal favorite. But it was back in the 90s. They pulled up a woman with a white boyfriend,
Oh, okay.
and the gay MC asked, "Supot ba yan?"
Oh,
Loved it.
Oh my. Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't get to see the young lady's reaction, but
yeah.
it's alright.
But that's why people go to bars,
I
to
guess
have
so. Yeah,
drinks and to have
I
fun.
can believe that in a second. Sure,
Yeah, and to
we
enjoy
miss it.
to enjoy the irreverence. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, True story. One time I went to my favorite comedy bar. That's the library in Malate.
Mhm.
And I just walked in. I hadn't even ordered, didn't even have a chair yet. But I was instantly recognized by one of the song masters. His name was Bachi. So he's kind of stout.
Mhm.
Okay, extra healthy. So he started cracking jokes at me and he said to the audience, "Oh, si Dino dumating. Tingnan nyo, oh, hindi handa." Because he saw me carrying a satchel filled with my cassettes. Back in the day, cassettes pa kasi noon eh. Yung
Side
mga
A, side
sing-along
B.
ko. Because I didn't trust their collection. So I wanted my versions of my favorite songs. So I had it. So he started poking fun of me. People were laughing. So wait a
Sarcasm.
minute. I haven't even gotten my beer yet. I haven't even sat down. You're starting on me already. But I let him get away with it because I've been one of the regulars to that place. So like when I finally got a chance to go up and sing, he cracked another joke and he said, "Hey, he looks like Noel Trinidad." And then everybody laughed and really loud. I said, "I've let you get away with this long enough." So I hugged him and I said, "Oy, Subas, long time no see."
That was quick. That's good.
And everybody laughed. And I said, "Ay, nakakawalang gana ka interviewin. Sige, kumanta ka na nga." Mm. Yeah. And so that's the thing. If you know how to get back at them, and it's funnier than what they said, they don't roast you too long. They let you sing right away. But
Yeah.
Paul, that's
Oh,
a
that's
place
really
where
fun.
one of these days I would love to treat you out, a
maybe we
night
should
out.
go there.
Tama
Don't mind
kami.
if we go. Yeah, sure. Don't mind if we do. Yeah.
my
Yeah.
standard response to any situation like that And believe it or not, this came from the Spanish teacher of my mom.
Oh.
Okay, that's how old it is.
That's
And
ancient.
he was transliterating. He was transliterating Tagalog into English, and he goes, "You don't afraid me. Far, far away."
That's like, don't English me. I'm panic. Oh, that's that's hilarious. Oh, okay, so I guess we should continue now with Don Rickles. Okay, here we go.
Thanks. Bust your ass for a lousy $100,000. And it's not the money, it's the love of you people. Jesus Christ, get the paramedics. But no mouth to mouth, not the way things are today. I saw a paramedic give a guy mouth to mouth, the guy got up and went, "Thank you." And the paramedic was one of them Italian guys going, "So much, I wasn't even wearing my gloves." Good evening, my friends. This is my dream to, thank you. Got a seal in the audience. This is my dream to be in Detroit. Anyway, I saw Lee Iacocca downtown going, "I'm out of work." Jesus. Great, boy. My wife's in town. I'm married 31 years. And it's, how long you married, kid? Don't applaud. You never saw her. Anyway, how long you married, kid? What, 3 weeks? 3 years. To this woman? Sorry. Anyway, take a look at what that guy married. Jesus Christ. Holy Jesus. You guys, take a look. The one here in the front. Jesus. Look at this. Now he's looking at her. Jesus Christ. No, lady, you're a beautiful woman. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the type of broad takes off the girl at night, just lays in bed going... And he goes, "Rose, I'm being sucked under." What's your first name, son? What's your first name? Dan. I'm married 31 years, Dan. Wife has a new thing. When you'll find out when you're married that many years, you just don't jump on the bones. You got to make it exciting. Last night I was cochise. The Indian chief, see? I get myself in the nude and I put war paint on my ass. And I get her in the nude and tie her to the couch and point her towards the toilet, telling her it's a wagon train going west. Listen to this, Dan. Then I circle the couch going, "Oi, no, 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 oi, no, no." And she just lays there going, "Attack, cochise, attack!" I did that for about a half hour and then I got fed up and put an arrow in her. Did you find it funny? She's still up in her room going, "More arrows, more arrows." Yeah, but you're a nice crowd. I said it very honestly. God bless, enjoy, really. L'chaim, salute, good things. I mean, by the way, you people, I just came back from Mexico. Don't go to Mexico. Don't eat in the restaurants. Don't eat in the restaurants of Mexico. I was in Mexico City, my wife and I, for 2 weeks. Every time the waiter came in, "Table 27, you want some more water?" "Table 27, you want some more goddamn water?" I swear to God, I was at the Camino Royal Hotel for 2 weeks. Never saw the city. The wife kept coming, "Son of a bitch, I think it's a salad." I said, "No, it's the goddamn tomatoes. It's the tomatoes." You know what it was? It was the waiter. "You want a burrito? How about an enchilada? You want an enchilada?" Jesus. It's not easy, for crying out loud. I make fun. That's what I do. I make fun of people, for crying out. I don't give a goddamn what the hell you are. If you're a Jew, it means a lot. But I'll tell you this, though. But you're people. I don't give a goddamn. You're all people. You're a Jewish guy, right? What are you? Italian? Be proud. Remember what your people said in World War II. Run! And the Jews went, "Wait up, I'll sell you a bike." And the Polacks went, "I'll pedal." And the queers went, "To your battle stations, the Japs are attacking." That's how the Jews got their teeth like that, looking at the queers in our army. Oh, 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 oh. You Iranian son of a bitch. Laughing with the grenade in his hand, that goddamn son. That's the main thing. Be proud, my Irish friends. I mean that. Sit up, you're not in a toilet, it's a show, for Christ's sake. Real Jews sitting there. You want a magazine? Love you guys when you go to the Monsignor. I want to confess. Where's the Monsignor? Then the Monsignor comes out. Who wants to confess to me? Sure, you laugh and you screwed us out of Christmas. That's right. 3 wise men made a left and we wind up with 8 candles in the house and no toys. It's all right, though. We screw you in the end. We sell you the trees. When we screw you, we sell you the toys. It's the whole goddamn thing. No, see, God bless you, lady. You're built like my wife. Good lamps. Good lamps. The one with the purple outfit. Good lamps. 31 years I'm married to a woman like that. Takes off her brassiere at night and the head hits the sink. 31 years, haven't seen her face. Just walks around the goddamn house like this all the time. Finally, I painted eyes on her ass. And I painted a smile on it, and I've been kissing it ever since.
I wish I had a notepad because he hit at Christians, he hit at American Indians, he hit at Iranians, and Jews, of course.
Italians,
Germans.
Italians,
yeah,
his own wife.
Polacks, yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
Weird.
The United
his wife, yeah.
Nations. Yeah, and his wife. Yeah.
By the way,
Nobody gets
yeah.
away.
The Jews, as I understand it, are supposed to be good in business, and they're also very, very frugal. I guess
Yeah.
a bit like stereotype of the Chinese businessman here. And I do have a favorite Jewish joke.
Oh, let's hear it.
It goes, why do Jews have big noses?
Yeah.
And the answer is because the air is free.
I have one that's a little PG-60.
Okay.
Dude,
Let's hear it.
Why do Jewish women like circumcised dicks?
Why?
Why?
It's 10% off. Come on.
Uh,
You can explain
I know
though,
that'll make you guys laugh.
okay.
for those of you out there who don't get these jokes, sorry. Wait till you grow up a little older. or
No,
watch.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, you've heard the term schmuck.
Yeah.
Sure.
From what I know, it's the foreskin after they cut it off.
Oh.
So
No
it's
idea.
really it's a real, how do you call it? It's
You schmuck.
so it's one of those things you're not supposed to say. Okay.
Yeah. It's a real put down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
But no, but
It's
go ahead.
exhausting to watch Don Rickles
Yeah.
because you can't stop laughing and then maybe reflect a little bit on his humor and then laugh a little bit later. You just
Yeah.
go from one laugh to the next. And so it's an assault to your funny bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You see how he gets more energized with the response or the shouts, the applause.
Mm-mm.
Grab, he gets more energized. He continues and continues as if
he
parang,
loves performing. Absolutely. Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Well, I myself, as somebody who likes to crack jokes, I want to listen intently because I'm afraid I might miss one or two or
Yeah.
more. And I probably have already.
Yeah.
You have to be alert. That's how you watch Don
That's
Rickles.
why we need the captions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, yes, sure.
Yeah.
He's a roaring extrovert. I think that
Yeah.
taking an audience away, like, can you imagine if Don Rickles were alive today and he did an online show where he doesn't have an audience in front of him? I don't think he would enjoy that at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to point to you there. Is that your wife?
It's the instant gratification.
Totoo, totoo.
You're
It's
not
the-
Chinese, get your rice cake. That's
I
probably
like the
not gonna work.
I like the one where he goes, "I've been married 31 years," and they all started applying. Why are you applauding? You haven't seen her.
Yes, yes,
Oh.
true, true, true.
that
And then the
was
I remember
painting
him
and
one time making a job at his wife, saying
uh,
she has a black belt in shopping.
oh.
you know you
They've
know
been
what's
married more
funny?
than 50 years, 59?
Oh.
Wow.
In
Or
the show?
59 years. They were
Yeah.
married for 59 or 56 years, or
Oh,
56 years.
wow.
It's
Wow.
a long time. You really have to be creative sexually if you've been married that long.
Yeah, the Indian thing, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrific.
Yeah. And then
You
the
know, again,
painting.
this is a little to your side, but what
Yeah.
Eileen said about being creative, and I read this quote once, and the more I thought about it, I said the more it struck me as real. And if you want to be creative sexually, stay with one person.
Makes
And that's
sense.
what I thought. I really thought about how I said, "Yeah, that makes sense." Okay.
Jet, remember that? Been married what? We've been together for more than 40, almost 40 years, right?
But it's
Mm.
not like yeah,
Well,
we
on
were
Shota, boyfriend, girlfriend, we've been boyfriend, girlfriend since 87.
Mm.
Hey, that's my wife and I too.
Mm.
oh, congratulations, I think.
It's 87.
Yeah, may disadvantage, Paul. You've seen my wife. So you have to go
Well,
to
you can see my
Malate.
wife if you check my profile out. My
I'll
wife
be
is
glad.
I'm taking
Oh,
Dino's word for it. Ang
Give
ganda
her
daw
my
ng
regards,
asawa
please.
mo.
Seriously.
Paul's
Give her
wife
my
is
regards.
gorgeous. I've
Yeah.
met her.
Sure. Please give her my
Unbelievable.
regards. Seriously.
Mm. Yeah.
well, she's from Pampanga, so
Kasama.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Well, am I by heritage? I can't speak a word of it.
Okay, all right.
Mm.
Well, I've been with her for 30 plus years. I still can't speak a word of it. So
Oh,
Siya.
Masarap magluto.
yeah. Yeah.
kaya ako yung tagaluto sa bahay, hindi siya.
Oh,
I had
shocker.
I had a classmate in UP who was from Pampanga. Her name was Lakian Pilipinas. Lovely name, Lakian. It's like the Philippines is huge. Lakian Pilipinas. And then
Mm.
Romanlito, Austria sat next to her. And then to her right, it was Eli, Africa. So you could say we were a multinational class. And at one time, um, our advertising teacher, professor, walks by, and then the three of them were all saying things like, why are we patronizing all of these US made products? We should patronize our own. How else can we succeed? And then our professor decides to poke a little fun at them. Oh, yeah, Lito? So why are you wearing Adidas? Eli, why are you wearing Levi's? Uh, Lakian, what are you wearing? Isn't that Nike? I was like, okay. Yeah. Um, because back in the day, I don't know if Paul ever saw this on campus. A lot of people were using bayongs for backpacks when they
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
to classes.
Baguio Bayongs.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a woven thing,
Yeah.
and to them that was like their expression of nationalism, of being
Interesting.
patronizing to our products. But they did wear their Adidas, their Levi's, their Nikes together with the Bayong.
Oh, oxymoronic, no?
Yeah, very ironic kasi talagang pag kung gusto nila authentic dapat nakasinelas lang.
Well, there
Diba?
was a brand called Botak for a while. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
oh
remember.
yeah.
Filipino?
Actually, it's still around. I think it's still around.
That's good to know.
Otak. It was
Mm.
big in the 80s, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Han,
Nobody
Uh,
gets.
it was a play on Takbo, Botak. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
So this the
Oo.
you're
jersey,
old, Jet.
sneakers.
Uh,
It was originally launched as a for runners kind of things. They had the running shorts, they had the running shoes. It was meant really
Right.
for runners.
Right.
it became a thing in on campus because we had what we call the FART, which is a fine arts running team. And yep, they knew exactly what the acronym would read, but they
It's
picked it
deliberate,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
deliberate.
Well,
Okay, so
it's funny because I was trying to do a humorous speech for Toastmasters.
Hmm.
Okay, and the original script was talking about the love languages. I'm sure you all know those, right? And my theme was, or half of my speech was, as you get older, you actually learn a new language, and it's called acts of flatulence. It's all about the different sounds they make, But then, but then when I was preparing for the speech, she said, "Paul, maybe you shouldn't talk about that. They might insult the judges, and they might take it against you." So I had to change it. I thought that was pretty funny, darn.
I,
I,
I
I
think
would I would have thought it was funny too. I mean, if I were a
yeah,
judge,
me too. Me
because
too.
it's original,
Yeah.
and nobody would think to try it. I'd
Right,
love
right.
I'd love to listen to it if you decide to deliver it even on a.
Maybe we'll see, but it was really fun, and I've had time to refine it, of course.
That's even funnier. Uh, you know,
No.
have you seen the episode of The Simpsons where Homer got paralyzed because of a spider, and the only way he could communicate with Lisa, his daughter, was through farts? So,
Oh,
No.
oh, you should watch that.
I,
Because Lisa said, "Dad, is that you?" And Homer go, "Hmm." "Okay, give me two if it's a no, and give me one if it's a yes." So like every time Lisa would ask him a question, he'd just fart because he was paralyzed. Anyway, uh, do we do more of the
No, it's okay. I think that's enough, Dino.
Okay, Roger
And,
that.
well, a couple of things is because admittedly, it's also if you're not accustomed to that kind of humor, that pace, and maybe that level of intelligence, it is taxing because you have to follow him.
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you really have to focus on what he's saying.
Yes. Yes.
Probably the thing that I appreciate most is other than what I mentioned earlier was, you when you listen to him, you're trying to anticipate what he's going to say, but then it goes in another direction.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the last one is my wife was walking like this now. So I painted, a face, a smiling face on her ass. And I was like,
If I were watching a show, I wouldn't sit in front. No way will I sit in front.
Because he'd make fun of you too.
Yeah.
no, but you notice how the camera doesn't point at whoever he points.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For all he could be pointing at someone who looks entirely different from what he's saying.
I remember one time he was pointing to a black guy and he said, "You're a black, right?" I just guessed that. And I remember how one of the roasts that he made, one of the friends, I forgot the name, of Frank Sinatra was black.
Sammy
Davis.
I mean,
Davis.
Grabe kawawa si Sammy Davis. How
Mm.
we would poke at him. Talagang, he cannot utter any response.
Mm-mm.
He would just laugh and laugh his belly out. Grabe. Kakatuwa, kakatuwa. And you can see the camaraderie between him, Carson, between him, Sammy Davis Jr., between him and Sinatra.
Mm-mm.
And there's other guy who's Bhakti.
Oh, okay,
fuck
let's see.
just Jerry
Milton
Lewis.
Berle? Oh, Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, that's right. That's him. That's him. I also love that guy.
Jerry Lewis?
No, Dina said his name.
Milton Berle?
Milton
Milton
Berle.
Berle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milton Berle.
Oo.
Yeah, and
It's as
even
if,
earlier than
as if they're, he has a relationship with each and every one of
Mm.
these comedians on different levels, of course. But I feel that he knows these guys and knows where to hit them, where it really hurts.
I think
Nakakatawa.
he was lifelong friends with Bob Newhart.
Yes.
Bob
Mm.
Newhart, of course, he has this deadpan delivery, and that has always been his trademark. The way
Right.
the way Leslie Nielsen in the latter part of his career,
Yeah.
and don't call me Shirley. Gosh, that's inevitable.
Oh, I'd like to say thank you, Paul, for taking us on this journey into the past because
Love video.
it's an opportunity for our viewers to realize that there's really a lot of funny stuff out there if they just go backwards, back before uh, comedians were forced to
Right.
be muzzled. Hmm. Because all we have now is what dry bar comedy, the wholesome stuff. But back then it was um, no holds barred, and that's the way humor should be. I mean, let's be honest. Um, humor,
Well, what can I
Agreed.
say?
Agreed.
It
yeah.
became it was funny because I was just reviewing this video about Gen Z.
Mm,
Okay. And my brother even confirmed it. Is it you Gen Z, how old are you? You're not even 30. Okay. And how can you have mental issues? You know what how could you have burnout? I'm trying to figure that one out. Okay. Now I'm not saying I mean for them it's real.
mm.
I'm with that. But come on, burnout at 27?
They
Mental
lack humor.
anguish. I go,
Maybe
huh?
they lack humor. The humor that all of us grew up with. Maybe it's
Maybe
that
that's why
simple.
we have issues now.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mm,
But
Well, anyway,
yeah,
yeah.
he brought roasting to an art. Be nice to sit down one evening, watch all his roast,
Mm,
and it's all including fun.
okay.
He will be missed.
Yeah.
We
And
will.
thanks to you, Paul, for, for reminding
Thank
us.
you, Paul. Beautiful,
Thank you,
all
Paul.
right.
hilarious video.
Oh, and for our audience, please, if you enjoyed what you heard today, please click on the like, subscribe, and follow. Very, very important for our channel. And for our next episode, we'll begin going back into the past, maybe around the same era, and we'll be talking about Mr. Mel Brooks.
Oh, wow.
As always, learning is a never ending journey with limitless vistas.